Welcome back to another edition of Ash's Fantasy Facts right here on ArizonaSports.com. Hopefully last week was kind. If you were in the playoffs and you won, congratulations. It's on to the semifinals. Some of you, your playoffs are just now beginning. Others, fantasy football is over for the season. Unfortunately, in a couple of my leagues, fantasy football is over for the season. I lost in the playoffs, but I got one team still going. Hopefully get that Super Bowl crown. Let's get right to it. Couple reminders, a Thursday night game this week and a Saturday night game on the NFL Network, including the full matchups on Sunday. So keep that in mind when you're going to set your lineup. So start the quarterback position in week number 15. Let's try to get some winners so you can advance in the postseason. A couple guys I like this week. One is Carson Palmer of the Oakland Raiders. Now, Palmer was pretty bad last week, 4 interceptions, but I like this matchup coming up on Sunday. I think Palmer will get it going once again at home. So if you need a quarterback, or if you have Carson Palmer on your bench, I'm actually throwing him in my starting lineup this week in the league I'm still alive in. So Carson Palmer, a good matchup. I also like this week Matt Ryan. Look, the guy's been on fire. 4 touchdowns. He scored 51 points in my league for me last week. I still lost. Going up against Jacksonville, Atlanta's kind of feeling it right now. I like Matt Ryan as a start. Now, there's a couple guys I don't like this week. We will tread lightly with 2 quarterbacks. One of those quarterbacks is the Sanchez, Mark Sanchez of the New York Jets. 4 touchdowns for Mark Sanchez last week. It won't happen in week 15. Going up against Philadelphia, I look for a lower scoring game, so I'm not liking Mark Sanchez in week 15. And I'm also going to tread lightly a little bit with Cam Newton. Look, he's been a stud all year, no doubt about it. And if he got you this far, you're probably going to throw him in your lineup again. I just don't love the matchup. Houston's defense is actually pretty good, although the Texans did clinch, so maybe they take it easy a little bit this week. But still, I'm going to tread lightly with Cam Newton. Time to move on to the running back position. A couple running backs I like in week number 15. One is Toby Gerhart of the Minnesota Vikings. Look, as long as Adrian Peterson is out, Gerhart's getting all the carries. He had 19 carries, 93 yards last week. He caught a short touchdown pass. Gerhart's been pretty good in Peterson's absence, and I like the matchup this week against New Orleans. And my other running back I'm going to go with this week is Felix Jones. Now, Felix Jones is probably not on a lot of your rosters. We all dropped him weeks ago because of DeMarco Murray. Well, DeMarco Murray unfortunately went out and is out for the season in last weekend's game. So now it's Felix Jones' turn once again to be the featured running back in Dallas. I don't love the matchup against Tampa, but it's a solid pickup on the waiver wire. And if you got him, you might as well start him and see what he can do as he'll be the featured back in Dallas. Now, a couple running backs I will tread lightly with in week number 15. One is going to be Rashard Mendenhall of the Pittsburgh Steelers. Why? They're facing San Francisco. I've said this like 3 weeks in a row on Ash's Fantasy Facts. San Francisco has not given up a rushing touchdown all season long. They don't give up 100-yard rushers. They're really good against the run. Plus, they're going to be a little ticked off the way they lost to Arizona last week, going back home. It's a big game for San Francisco. I just don't like Mendenhall in this matchup. And I'm also going to tread lightly with Ryan Matthews. He's been good as of late. I just don't like the matchup in week number 15. Let's move on to the wide receiver position. Now, a couple wideouts I'm liking this week. One is going to be A.J. Green from the Cincinnati Bengals going up against St. Louis. Terrible pass defense. You saw him on Monday night. They can't stop anybody. A.J. Green's a solid start at wideout this week. And I also like this week Percy Harvin. I've liked him last 3 weeks. Dude has been on fire for Minnesota. So if you got him, start him and continue to ride that hot streak. Now, a couple wide receivers I will tread lightly with in week number 15. One is going to be Stevie Johnson of the Buffalo Bills. Not because I don't like the matchup. He's banged up. He's got a hand injury. He says, look, we'll bandage it up and we'll go out there. Well, a hand injury for wide receivers usually is not a very good thing. So I'm going to tread lightly with Stevie Johnson. And also, I'll tread lightly with Doug Baldwin. Nice game on Monday night, but Doug Baldwin goes up against a very tough matchup in Chicago. I don't like Seattle in that game, so I will tread lightly with Baldwin, who's been Seattle's best wide receiver all season long. Let's move on now to the sleeper of the week. The sleeper of the week, a guy that maybe you didn't even think about. He's not even on your roster, but he could have a solid week this week. And week 15 sleeper of the week is James Jones, wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. Why? Greg Jennings is out 2 to 3 weeks. That's a big blow to Green Bay. However, Green Bay's got about, 19 wide receivers, it seems like. Randall Cobb, Jordy Nelson, Donald Driver. I like James Jones. Maybe I'm picking it out of the hat. I think James Jones could have a solid week number 15. That is your sleeper of the week. And now it is time for the dud of the week. The dud of the week in week 15 is a guy that I just don't think is going to have a good game. And I'm not even sure this guy is going to play in week 15, and that's Big Ben. Ben Roethlisberger, the quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Got injured in last week's game, Ankle injury, not good, and going up against San Francisco. We all saw San Fran get after the Arizona Cardinals last week. Quarterback, their defense is tough. I mean, they're a good defense. And I think Pittsburgh might just keep Ben Roethlisberger out of this game. If he does play, I don't like the matchup at all. I have Roethlisberger on my team. I am benching him this week in favor of Carson Palmer. Ben Roethlisberger is your dud of the week. That's it. That's how we do it. That's Asher's Fantasy Facts. We're getting down in the nitty-gritty. Just a couple weeks left in the season. Please get your lineups in on time. Game on Thursday, game on Saturday, and then the full slate of games on Sunday and Monday. It should be a good one, and I wish you the best of luck. Keep winning and get further on in the playoffs. Best of luck in week number 15.